Good evening or good morning, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to Staying Sane with Jay and Hussein. Unfortunately, today Hussein is sick, so it's just me. So let's just jump right in. So let me get to my notes. So it's been a busy week. So earlier in the week, at the beginning of last week, Israeli far-right protesters, including an MP, broke into an army base in show of support for soldiers accused of severely mistreating a Palestinian prisoner. Netanyahu released a statement strongly condemning the incident and calling for, quote, an immediate calming of passions. According to local media reports, at least 9 Israeli soldiers at the base are accused of abusing a Palestinian detainee, a suspected Hamas fighter who was captured in Gaza. He was said to have been hospitalized after what Israeli media report as serious sexual abuse and injuries to his anus that left him unable to walk. The Israeli military said its advocate general had ordered an inquiry, quote, following suspected substantial abuse of a detainee, end quote. The Israeli military chief of staff, quote, said, I strongly condemn the incident and we are working to restore order at the base. This is just more evidence that reason and faith don't mix. Also staying in Israel, on the same day as the new moderate Iranian president's inauguration, Israel decided to launch a strike against Tehran to take out the Hamas leader, sparking an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council. Draw your own conclusions about the provocative nature of timing the attack on the day a moderate is sworn in, and ask whether you think Netanyahu really wants peace. Multiple political analysts are calling this a blow to the peace process and likely to lead to an escalation of conflict, not peace. And Biden is reported as saying, quote, not helpful to the peace process. Also, simultaneously, the Israelis took out a senior Hezbollah leader in Beirut. Lebanon's prime minister called the attack, quote, a criminal act, and Hezbollah is guaranteed to retaliate, only further escalating the conflict. Jumping to the UK, which has seen an eventful week. So, Anjem Choudary, leader of a banned extremist group, has been jailed for life. The extremist preacher was found guilty of directing the group, banned under UK terror laws, and encouraging support through online meetings. Mr. Justice Wall said Chowdhury's group was a radical organization that intended to spread Sharia law by violent means to as much of the world as possible. Quote, organizations such as yours normalize violence in pursuit of an ideological cause, said the judge. Also in the UK, we've seen a lot of rioting going on and a lot of anti Muslim rhetoric, Nazi salutes. However, two of our ex Muslim, they're not affiliates, but sources would be the wrong word as well, but two of our friends, two of AAI's friends, Nuria Khan and Harris Sultan, have both posted about how the Labour Party, instead of condemning the violence, so Harris Sultan, if you can check out his channel, Harris just put on a video that I saw this afternoon talking about what, it was showing Muslim protesters in Manchester um, verbally threatening not only the police but the whole of UK society that if they don't get justice, that these Muslim extremists are going to go nuts. So both Harris has called it out, Nuria has called it out, saying this is what happens. The ex-Muslims have been warning about radical Islam and the danger to democracy. So to quote Nuria on Twitter, race-obsessed labor, unchecked immigration, and Islamophilic establishment backed by legacy media has inevitably led us here. Again, check out Harris Sultan's page. He's done a video on this, talking about and showing the Manchester protesters, talking about how this is what's been going on. That ex-Muslims have been calling this out for over a decade, and yet you've got the new Labor PM, blaming right-wing thugs. So not really helpful rhetoric in that case. We're also seeing riots in Bangladesh, and we're seeing some Muslim fundamentalism on display there. And today, their prime minister not only resigned but has fled. AAI is calling for calm and hope that the transitional government will look after the rights of everybody, regardless of their religious affiliation. Jumping to the U.S. So this week, the planners of the 9/11 attacks were offered a plea deal. It was then axed by the U.S. Secretary of Defense, stating that the families were not happy with the plea deal, especially because it took the death sentence off the table, which is not pleasing to the families of the 9/11 victims. And our final point for today, forever a day late and a dollar short, as we reported last week, and as everybody here I'm sure has been paying attention, the Vatican this week weighed in on the Olympic opening ceremonies, despite there having been over a week of clarifications from the organizers that this was not a parody of the Last Supper. Still, the Catholic Church decided to issue a statement on August 3rd expressing its, quote, sadness that the depiction caused, quote, offense to numerous Christians and to believers of other religions. So it doesn't matter that the uh, Olympic organizers have already pointed out this was nothing to do with the Last Supper. This was the feast of Dionysus, and it was a tribute to the Greek games. And so, still, despite and this being going on for a week, the Vatican still felt the need to double down. So again, a day late and a dollar short to the party, which is not unusual for the Vatican. So that takes care of my news for this week. I know it's been a short one; it's only been about 5 minutes, but yeah, without Hussein here, things go a lot faster when there's just one of us and there's no back and forth and dialogue. So thank everybody for tuning in this week, and we'll see everybody on our next episode. And hopefully Hussein will be back with us then. Take care. Bye bye.